Many countries around the world have various staple foods: bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, corn, and so on. Among them, Korea uses rice as its staple food. Most households in South Korea who cook themselves own electronic rice cookers. What does rice, the most important meal in their diet, mean for Koreans? In Korean, bap, which is rice, is synonymous with meal. Eating rice has the same meaning as having a meal. Looking at the frequency of the use of rice in Korean, the meaning of grain was about 66% and the meaning of meal was about 30%. This means that Koreans use rice as meal quite often. For this reason, Koreans use the word bap every day. We use the word bap not just when we eat, but also when we don't eat. The most representative example is "let's have a meal later." It's not a suggestion to have a meal in future, it's a farewell to the other person. Neither the speaker nor the listener knows when to eat together. If you say "yeah, when would be a good time?" to your friend, then he or she would be very embarrassed. Another example is, "have you had a meal?" It literally means to ask if you have eaten, but it is usually used to ask how you are doing. Why is this happening? There are many speculations about the reason, but one of them is that Korea is a high-context society. In short, a high-context society is a society where the situation is more important than the text. In a high-context society, you are used to recognizing the surrounding situation and grasping the underlying meaning of the words rather than literally understanding the other person's words. That's why your friend was embarrassed in the previous situation. Plus, there is a theory that the reason is the history of poor Korea. In the past, it was not easy to eat in Korea. At that time, Koreans' main concern was whether to eat or not, which led to the creation of many idioms related to bap. The data above is a graph showing the average calorie intake of Koreans. Since the 1960s, when the survey began, the average intake of about 2,000 kilocalories has gradually increased. In Korean, rice has three names: beo, sao, and bap. Why are they called by so many different names? The reason is that the name of the rice depends on the processing condition. Rice goes through a series of processes before it comes to our table. First, farmers plant and grow certain crops. Rice in this process is called beo. The cultivated rice isn't edible yet, so it needs to be peeled. The rice that has undergone this work is called sao. And when you boil this rice with water, it becomes bap, which is finally what we eat. Rice as a meal also has different names. If you're dealing with an elder, you should use the word jinji instead of bap. Otherwise, the other person may feel offended. What do you think? Now, do you understand what bap means to Korean? How is it compared to your country? Please leave your comments. Wish I could see comments from various countries. Take care, and see you in the next video. This has been Inside Korea.